And welcome back. Beer Kidney, thank you so much for the sub, and welcome, Tay. Welcome, everybody. I am happy to be returning back to our second stream of trial number 4, case 4, in Phoenix Wright Justice for All. This is the last one, but as far as I can tell, we still have a long road ahead of us. It's going to be a long, long day, a long, long trial. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my camera now. I decided it was too much trouble to move my setup for my Ring Fit adventure, at least for right now. So I'm going to, so I'm just going to keep everything here. Tales of Dejiko Digicard Fantasy for the PS2. I'm going to go ahead and log that right now, Suitcase. Thank you so much for that. You remembered right away before I even had to say anything. Let me get my other computer over here and I will go ahead and log that real fast. Not that I think I'll forget, but I have not always had the best head on my shoulders as of late. So let me get that. There we go. And welcome, Suitcase, as well. Okay, so it is now locked in. Go mail some stuff, she might disappear, but you want to get it. If this is the end of the Phoenix Wright, it might be a good time. I don't think it will be for a couple of reasons. Number one is just that I feel like we have a long road ahead, and number two, we have anime tonight. Yeah, we're not beating the game tonight, especially because anime is going to be there. But knowing that I'm not going to be able to beat the game means I don't have to try to frantically cram everything in. So, yeah, so it's going to be a three-parter most likely. We're just gonna have to keep figuring out. We're gonna have to delay how long it takes to get Maya closure. And sorry, but we'll do our best. Where we left off last time, and of course, I never forget to turn on 3DS capture. Have to remember to start with that app on every time. Yes, and that's kind of what they did with the end of Phoenix Wright 1, wasn't it? Although I mean, the fifth one was a monster as well. I think the fourth one was also fairly long, but the fifth one was nuts. But I mean, I all of the trials so far seem to be pretty good, and I haven't even scratched the surface of this. I still have no idea like what any of this means yet. Hikaru, thank you so much. I appreciate that and welcome. Yeah, the fifth wasn't in the original, and I imagine because this is a straight port of the Game Boy Advance one, that might be why they didn't try to do anything in terms of like rotating the objects like we saw in Case 5. So it is a little bit of a shame we don't have that level of innovation making its face here, because I thought that was kind of cool how they tried to experiment with using the DS. They did that and they introduced the microphone because instead of pressing the objection button, you could like use your microphone. They kept that for this, but that's about the only thing that I guess the only real benefit you get from having the DS from the original, maybe. Oh, it's an Apollo Justice. I see. Yes, it is amazing that they put so much effort into it. I think, for a while there, I was wary of the Psyche locks, but I really came around to them pretty quickly. I thought it was gonna be such a gatekeeping experience that I was gonna be too cognizant of them all the time, but it wasn't that bad once I got used to it. And so I think I might score this one better than the first game. I don't know. I didn't know if I was gonna do that going into it, but I gave the first one a pretty good score too. I think it was like an 84. Anyway, we stopped right around the time the of determining that we took a picture, we had that picture, we had to focus in on the fact that the clothes were baggy. We needed to call in Adrian as a witness. Edgeworth, excuse me, Edwards. Edgeworth determined, already had the witness ready. So I think that's where we left off. Defendant lobby number 3. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way, not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She's your manager. Would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have easily planted that blood-covered button in your Hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her? Yes, she is the real killer. She's the one who murdered Juan Corrida. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be all right. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews is dependent on Miss Impact for her strength and will to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Corrida, the victim of this murder. And that is why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida, all to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Mr. Andrews' codependency with regards to Miss Impact's. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. And now we are back in the court. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. What is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Mattengard. I see. Now then, before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan, but this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter, or was that bait and fry? It reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one has accused you of that. I've got a feeling someone will soon. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then, witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. When I found the body, it was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. Except it's not, because the chair was 90 degrees the other direction. At least according to this still and what we saw on the court record previously, right? Oh no, this one is... Where was it that it was not facing the right way? There's also the matter of the water on the guitar case that we still haven't figured out yet. Anyway, we'll continue for now. How sore am I? So, funnily enough, really zero pain the day after. Now, today, I have some pain. Make sense of that for me, I can't. But overall, no, that, despite streaming, like, for 4 hours, I fared fairly well. I had no real issues. I'm sore today, though. I don't really get why. But, yeah. I'm probably going to do some more of that tomorrow, just because I want to try to go make a bit of a push for that. And just because it's really inconsequential story-wise, I'd rather just try to make a push for it on my off days if I can. So probably expect more Ring Fit tomorrow and Saturday. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. From where? The room? Yeah, Drago's tricky for sure. You poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, sadly I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix, she is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pace. Disrupt her pace? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. We should immediately object before she says anything. That'll throw her off. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. I don't know how this translates to... What kind of a name is that? Anyway. In any event, let me go ahead and just save now. I'm not sure how that's really going to translate. Anyway, the person coming up with that auto-mod message kind of disrupted my thoughts. Oh, no worries. I can't believe he disturbed the crime scene. My goodness. I don't know how this is going to translate to, like, this cross-examination here. It was the time for the short sergeant to get Matt from his room. And what was Mr. On Guard doing at the time? No, it's okay. I left clothes pretty messy until last night. He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performances as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. On Guard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say he could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me? It? What are you? Right, I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with the subject, then I'll make one for you. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. On Guard's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object, right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. After that, I went to Juan's room. And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Never let up! Never! Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon. What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim? Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. Can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? And there was his dead body. I was in shock. You were in shock. What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person, and despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corrida. Anyone randomly stumbling into a dead body would be in shock, and you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I feel like that... that is probably what we have to eventually cross, but I don't know what to do yet. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness? I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. From where? The refrigerator on the side? Juice. Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corrida, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Press further. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry, it's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over, so that explains the water. Why is that getting the jury in if you're a flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards? Hello, Running Wild Video, welcome. It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. She had to have, because the case was disrupted except for the water on the very top of the lid. But what am I supposed to do? Where it fell onto the guitar case. What kind of flower vase was it? It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take one's pulse, so I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser, and that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself. That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between the perception and reality. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradiction to her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. We're going to do our best. I have to find something. I just have to, for Maya's sake. Only on top of the lid, which doesn't make sense because it was open, so I'm going to present the guitar case. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that were true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. That's very true. Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. It was open. That's the other thing. That's the whole reason they contradicted. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when a vase fell, the glass shard should be inside, not outside the case. What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case. It seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Mia, warned me, twice not to let up. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. Heh, I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either. All right, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. The guitar case. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using any way to change the topic, a convenient escape for a weak man. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. Press. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Well, you see. Are you sure you were the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Her codependency is coming through, huh? Well, Miss Andrews? Yes, it was me. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. So you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Corda's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case. As the witnesses said multiple times when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was all right or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. I like pressing people, okay? Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. trying to think. Thank you for the hydrate, Tay. I still don't know how the costume fits into this. We haven't, like, done anything relating to that costume, despite being like, we need to call her in here, and then we, like, did nothing. The case was empty after all. Oh, man. There's stuff about fingerprints with the costume? Yeah, so I don't have anything. I'm not sure what they want me to actually do here right now. What line am I even contesting? I do think the only problem here is with the case, because it doesn't bear her fingerprints, but the juice does. I don't know if I made the presumption she was wearing a costume based off of the photo from last stream, but the juice bore her prints. So do I present the fact that she doesn't have fingerprints on it? Objection! Yes. Okay, that is what they wanted me to do. There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Ah! What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Well, then I would question the Jews. We're back at square one. Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? I was the night of the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. That's strange. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Ah. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Oh, we broke her glasses off. Order, order, order! Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case was a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty, though. Yes, it is pretty good. But that guitar, the bright red guitar, was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar. Wait, that's not right either. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case... Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided... No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open on the photo of the crime scene. Burned her fingerprints off, then used the case. Yes, that's true. All that tomato juice. Too spicy. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. Because you were in the guitar case, Edgeworth, the whole time. I don't know why, but you were. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar was... So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, Wright? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? Oh my goodness, the stakes of this question are so low. I'm assuming I need to take a picture. Can I present a person also? Yeah, it's just a guitar case full of glasses. This is a photograph. Yes, but what is important is what's in that picture, Your Honor. Yeah, so I that was the reason I just chose the photo right then and there. I think that I chose it like a second or two before that message flashed up. I'm like, I think it's the costume. How do I go about picking the costume? So I tried to I'm like, will this picture work? That's why I highlighted it and hovered on it for a while and then went through my other options and came back to it. In this picture? It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is... Inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. What? Oh, they both would have worked. I mean, it makes sense. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Wright, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? I mean, it's the only way she could have worn it. That was the reason I was thinking of trying to put that open. Of trying to pick that. But I wasn't sure if it would work. That's why I was looking through my other options. What insane point would there be to do something like that? The insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Order, order! Looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Mattengard's. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places? True, that is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai's costume doing inside the guitar case? Spare costume. I think it may have been stolen from Mr. On Guard. Stolen? But why would someone do such a thing? Maybe the thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage show. And so, if he didn't have his costume, then Mr. On Guard would be forced to go naked. Maybe you should be stripped naked and run out for making a mockery of this court. Excuse me? Mr. Mattengard did not take his costume off after the award ceremony. Yeah, I remember that. That's why I'm like, it can't be stolen. But I wasn't sure, like, was there even proof that there was a spare? I thought, like, there's so many one-of-a-kind comments thrown around. I just didn't know if there was a spare one. He even testified that he took a nap while still wearing his costume. I didn't forget that. I was just, neither option seemed right. Is this not correct? Yeah, he did say something like that, didn't he? That's what I thought. Let's try that one more time, shall we, Mr. Wright? I guess it's a spare costume. Did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we were talking about was a spare one. What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes in the Gatewater Hotel? Yes, that is what I am saying. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? No, that one actually punished me. It's okay, though. It would mean that the victim himself had planned to bring the spare to the ceremony. But why? The victim, Mr. Korda, was the Jammin Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason why such a peculiar act? So that's what he intended. What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Yeah, I got a bit hurt. Not a lot, but my HP's down to half. Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? Huh? No, Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. I never can, but I'll do it. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume? Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was... it has to be the mysterious press conference? What is this? On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. A press conference? Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference. I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. On Guard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. But how can that be? The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corda himself. The victim? Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corda was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet, however. What I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference. The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Corrida, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt and Guard. Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure. Miss Andrews, I can see why you are pros at what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. You? Juan had bet everything on the Jamma Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. He was going to ruin him, huh? It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. What? And do you know what the secret of Matt, Mr. Engard is, Miss Andrews? That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. Ah, I see. I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone. But that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. Protect Mr. Engard? And yet again another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior. Yes, Your Honor, I understand. Protecting Matt. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder, other than, like, sleeping with the costume on. Are we ignoring that? I don't understand. I guess maybe we're supposed to say, like, oh, it's not actually the truth that he did all of that. But she testified that I don't know. I'm a little tangled in the testimony now, but I don't get it. Anyway, go ahead. Didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. This does account for everything. Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit. If there are no objections, I feel I can pass a verdict based on this testimony. Now then, Mr. Wright, if you please. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. So the crime scene had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Why? Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember. May I continue now? Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. So would you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event in that hotel for that conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt and Guard. And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews? Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But I'm sure Mr. Engard himself didn't know anything about a press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? I know, other than what he told me? have any. I know what he said. It's in the profile where it says clearly did not know about the... No, I don't know. I don't think I have anything. Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony if you please. Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Yeah, I didn't think there was any, because I'm like, there's just nothing tangible I own that has it. Has Mr. Ungard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Corda with this press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Ungard, yet you still helped out. The person on trial right now is Mr. Ungard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. Hey Shockstorm, welcome! We're still in the swing of things here with case 4, the final case. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Ungard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too... Okay, so there we go. I was trying to figure out how to incorporate that. That too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Ungard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people here in the courtroom, however. The judge is glaring straight at Mia. He's glaring at you, smart guy. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. That's, I feel like, where we need to press, but are not represent. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then, what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and the murderer fought, and during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the JAMA Ninja's costume. You're talking about this button, correct? Yes, it's true. No rest. That button was found in the pleats of Matt's Hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes. Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony. Was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. And how do you know that? When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume are matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly, or so I heard. I've heard that before too. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail? Because she's so... I worked on the other alternate costume. Don't look at me like that, just because I'm prepared and you are not. And I thought I had heard of this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what? But I'm Matt's manager, I felt I had to protect him. But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time. Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Ungard at any time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Corda planned such an elaborate conference. Mrs. Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Ungard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour, and please, stop slandering the witness. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now, but you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk. Got it, Chief. I'm going to pin you down this time, Miss Andrews. Okay. No, wrong one. This is an especially difficult chapter because I don't think we're going to get any HP recovery, considering it's all a single day's trial. He didn't have an alibi. So it's either the button torn off or he didn't have an alibi. Why was it necessary to have her elaborate the button? Why was it necessary? Oh, the costume. Did the costume, did it have the missing button? I can't tell, but, well, evidently, that was not the problem. That was not correct. Die from a scuffle. No, he strangled. Well, the autopsy report said that he was strangled with a scarf and then apparently was stabbed. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation? The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off the costume when? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means it is impossible this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. Tay is like the best at hinting because she like doesn't outright say it. She she just has me go over the evidence in a more direct way. 10 out of 10 hints would hint again. This button was conclusively pulled off the victim's already dead body. Order, what is the meaning? What is the meaning of this, Wright? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight, so the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Mr. Wright, does this mean Does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it? To pin the crime on guard is going to be the obvious answer. Yeah, it is. And it's just like, it really is. And I'm glad you don't do that. I really do appreciate that. There's only one logical reason for doing stuff like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There's no way anyone would put a bloodied button in their own pants. That's right. Mr. On Guard was set up. By the real killer, of course. And the real murderer is... Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer? You mean the real murderer is? The real killer. Who is the real killer? Finally. Yeah. It was the night of the murder. Gumshoe was down on his luck, having had his salary slashed for the last time. He was hungry, desperate. That's when he took the knife. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. Guard is... He'd eat better in prison, that's true. Yeah. The real killer, huh? I mean, I almost want to just because it's absurd, but then the note about her wanting to commit suicide. All of this just to accuse my own client. I mean, based off of everything we've seen so far, it feels like I need to pick this choice. I don't think it's the ultimate correct choice. Yeah, that's what we should do. Hey, Pearl, can you channel Celeste Impacts right now? Actually, it was Adrian Andrews who died, and Celeste Impacts is in front of us. They can't believe they did all the same trick twice. Miss Adrian Andrews, I choose you. You are Mr. Corrida's killer. What? Order, Mr. Wright. This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence to support your charge? Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. Well, how preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about the knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. You're gonna carry those glasses. Then, what about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he'd already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. Wouldn't it be funny if this is like an alternate ending and it's just wrong? Yeah. Hope she's not wearing sandals. Yeah, that's true. However, if Mr. On Guard was the real killer, There's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. I don't know if you talked to Mr. Ungard. He's not all together. The only person who could have put this button into Mr. Ungard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him up from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case? That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. I am so convinced it's not her. But... well, I mean, there's so little... I don't know. Why was it so imperative to have this trial done by today? The costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. Edgeworth being kinda quiet. No, there you go. But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found in the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. That's right. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. And if anyone had found out she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. Yeah, I know, but like... yeah, my hesitance is always understandable, because I feel like we're nowhere near the... I mean, it can't be the answer. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there was this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this Nickel Samurai is Mr. Ungard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are. Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, aren't you? Are you not? Please, stop. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time. Miss Andrews? I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Well, this is a problem because it's going to interfere with the trial being decided today. Well, yes. You're absolutely correct, Mrs. Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness to nod and testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. That's okay. We'll incriminate you all by ourselves. We don't need your help. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Ungard's room. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed, understood? All right. That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done. Something you haven't done? What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida? I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so or maybe not. There is nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow we've landed in the worst possible situation. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof. But that's not true. In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess. A recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter, and at tomorrow's trial. Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is... It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you... It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination, however. If the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that is very true, but... Actually, there was one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and what flavor was it? I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they're shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. I think that's an intentional wordplay. It might be. So my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please. When I found the body. A glass of juice. I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. So you poured the glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. Well, he had a giant knife sticking out of his chest. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Glass of juice didn't really pour for myself. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there is a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. So it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Corrida? I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness? And while he was sitting, slipped over and tired, looking in the corner. Like a Mr. Yabuki. Slumped over. Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping. Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix, and then felt tired after his rampage and decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. I see, so you didn't think he was dead at all. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. Okay, so we're back at the beginning. This is what it all comes down to, huh? This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now's the best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? Do I challenge this, or do I challenge the next? He has a knife through his chest. So, I mean, pretty easy one. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Ah, what is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There was a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corrida's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man. Well, you see, I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is, Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer. No. It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Mattengard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. I don't think it was her. I really don't. I know she's lying her ass off, but... It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Mattengard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? Could it? I'm wondering if it really is our client. Like, we ever actually, for the first time, representing somebody who actually did it. What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Mattengard. Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute, real truth. The absolute, real truth. What are you, witness? Don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through silence, Madengard will go free, and in his place, you will become the real guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. So she's just as blackmailed as we are, I think, is what's going on right now. It's Franziska von Karma. I don't think it can't just be her. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another, because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then right now, Miss Andrews is. Yesterday, she was tossed the lifesaver by Miss von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Madengard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now and is clinging onto them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That's my only priority. It wasn't me. I'm begging you, please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help, please, someone help me. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? The court can't continue on like this, therefore I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Oh, this is really good drama. I know exactly what they're doing. It's great. Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the one crying over there, right? Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Oh, this is such a good choice. Oh, this is such a good choice. I'm gonna go ahead and pick force her to testify. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But no. Maya would understand. Worst case scenario, Pearl can channel Maya back. It'll be like as if it'll be great. I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. I don't even know if there's an alternate ending or what would even happen. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you were really hiding. Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing? Sure, Mr. Ungaro would get an acquittal, but in his place you'd be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me. That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edward. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth. I see. You're wrong. Such a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However, Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is the kind of relationship and rivalry that Phoenix and Edgeworth should have. It feels more true to what Phoenix Wright would do. Even when pushed like this. At least that's my hope, that that's what Phoenix Wright would do when pushed like this. I'd hope things wouldn't come to this, however. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Is Edgeworth going to force me to... Is he gonna confide about the evidence that he gave us? To, like, cement the motive? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. He's gonna do it. Stop. Mr. Edgeworth? This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop. Please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. Here's have the evidence right here. That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. Augustus. What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. The secret of her codependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in this world. Please stop. I beg you, if people find out, I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your breathing lips. Your HIPAA laws. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters in this court, except for, like, the evidence rules in Phoenix Wright 1, that one time. And then never again. No matter what I have to do. So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? I'll talk, but please, help me. Nothing matters anymore. My crime. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience, Lotta. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai's costume. I actually believe her. This time. Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. What do you mean by all of this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. I knew, so I was right. That's why I was hovering over Matt, except, like, I thought it was too early to be that crazy, but because everything was pointing to her, so I felt I had to pick her. But, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I think it's really Matt. Last time? It's okay, so he's responsible for the something suicide. So Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corda, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with a murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt and Guard for the murder. And this is her crime. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. First saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf was a part of the Jamma Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up, and went to pour the juice. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. What is this plan you had? Okay, but I'm gonna use the restroom real fast because I know it's kind of an inconvenient place to do this, but let me go ahead and hydrate everybody else, and I'll come right back and I will continue because there's still something I don't get, and I will be right back. Thank you for hydrating, getting my tail up, changing party members. Yeah, could I request a change of council? So, I really think Mattengard's the killer. So it's just a matter of how is Maya getting out of it? How is she going to escape, or has she already escaped, or what's going on in that regard there? The only part of her story that doesn't make sense yet is if she stabbed him after the fact, as she's claiming, then where did the knife come from? She would have had to have already taken it, come back in stabbed, before she entered, right? In order for that story to work. Unless she's saying that she discovered the body, left, grabbed the knife, left, came back, took the button, left, planted button, left. I don't... That seems like one too many times to go back and forth into the room, unless she's saying she did it multiple times. I'm genuinely struggling a little bit to follow along here. Unless she's... I may have to read the prompt again. And I sat down way too early. So stick around for a little bit longer. I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because, one, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought, I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. No one in the hallway made a dash back to Matt's room. Okay, hold on. Fainted. Dead. Dashed to the Matt's room. Okay, that's when she grabbed the knife. Got it. ripped off the button. Okay. Okay, I understand that. Mad dash to the Matt's room. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife, and ripped off the button. So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife? It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it inside Mr. Engarde's Hakama. Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And I'll press on that in a moment, but my tea is ready. I'm gonna grab my tea. Okay. Let's try this again. An inconvenience. There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lana. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's Miss Oldbag for you. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the awards ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold the press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there. And what is this secret? That, I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the nickel samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Engarde's room and planted the button? Into Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded out the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I stuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it. My word! What does all this mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Engarde. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Francisca, huh? She said that I should under no circumstances confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words. What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer. Wait, Your Honor. The defense still... Right? It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. The You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright. But... Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for detention immediately. That's all. Court is adjourned for today. Dun dun. Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked me about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remembered just now. I found this in the room on that day. The room? That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Yeah, I guess not. But it's still a strange card, if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Witness! That card, give it to me, hurry! Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This. I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I've never seen such an emotional Edgeworth in my entire life. That card. What in the world is it? What does it mean? To be continued. What does it mean? (5:24 p.m. Wright and Co. law offices. Well, right now it's just Wright. Yeah, Wright and no offices. How about that? Yeah, it's Ammonite. Yeah. Could be almost star. Mystic Maya. Mystic Maya. There, Pearls. Okay, I guess she's technically the Co. It works out. I can't take it anymore. Wow. Look, it'll be all right. Everything may still work out. The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. That wasn't the agreement. It was supposed to be in one day, right? And he won't because Mr. Ungard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up. We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going. Well, unless this is Phoenix just trying to reassure Pearls by lying, which I would get. My own brain is like, that's not what the terms were, but I think he's just doing it on purpose to be nice to her. You're right. Mystic Maya's in much more pain than I am. Yes, that's right. Don't admit to that. Hey, you guys. Glad I caught you, pal. Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh, boy. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. We're kind of busy right now. The future? So what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that? What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Um, is it? I mean, that's not the right have, but it might just be his accent. Say what? You'll be searching for things that will prove Mr. Unguard's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? It's true, a position has opened up. That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. He said that? That's horrible. But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. The truth? Miss Andrews' last testimony, I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself, but I still think there was something fundamentally wrong with this whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to, no I mean almost need to, frame Mr. Unguard? I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. So we figured out the crime, but not the who yet, or how. Just what was done after the crime itself. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie, per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe. That's such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that. Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Franziska. Miss von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol, pal. But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? Are you going to visit her, pal? No, well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to trial today. So it'd be good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal. Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick. Now I'm definitely not going. Let's see. The name of the hospital? Oh yeah, the Hottie Clinic. Oh wow, small world. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. It actually can, because she has a whip. Hottie Clinic, reception. Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. Yeah, so you're here to visit a patient. Hi. Wait a second, you're... yes, I'm Director Hottie. Why are you still here? Yes, what is it? Can I help you? You can tell me. Director Hottie? Edgeworth? Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man for this morning. Yes, what is it? Director, Franziska. How is Franziska von Karma? You don't need to worry. Yeah, she's in good hands. Because you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. And that surgery went well. You have my gratitude. It looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and a secret. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. But I understand. Yes, her opponent was a gun after all. And when I snuck up on a real secret, like, she would scream real loud. Yes, I see. But she's really cute too. When I do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes, but I think I can get used to it. Wah! Go back to your room. You're so mean. So mean, my frisky Friska. But, oh. Okay, yes, it's time for my ID drops. Yes. And he's gone. I'm wondering if people have rated, like, if there's ever been, like, a rating of, like, all of the witnesses or side characters in all of Phoenix Wright and like a tier list, like Seymour Butts and him and everybody else, I would imagine he's probably an F tier. He's in my F tier. He's pretty bad. And what are those tulips doing in your hand, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I knew I shouldn't have come here. I took them from the vase from the murder scene. I hope you like them. I tampered with evidence. The shooting. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. It's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. I even had full intentions of running the trial this morning. But that would have been too much. Yeah, you looked like you were deathly scared until only a few minutes ago. But I was dragged here by that prosecutor. He even went so far as to grab me by the wrist the whole way here. It was the only logical course of action given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. But with me doing so, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. The deal. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. On Guard, you told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. I don't really know what you're talking about. Do you have any proof that I made such a deal? You're denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If I had been in court today, this trial would already be over. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem, whether she had tampered with evidence or not. I have only one objective, to find On Guard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The end justifies the means. Miss Von Karma, Agent Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then On Guard will be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she's now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just being a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was. Ow! I think visiting hours here are about over. So if you'll excuse me. What's wrong? Why did she suddenly cut you off? Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Edgeworth. Today's trial. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far... but she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen, Wright, the courtroom is a garden of judgment. I'm putting myself on the line when I stand in there, and that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. Adrian's card. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry! Do you have any idea that what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This. I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. That card. What in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright. This is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. Ah, CP9. I knew it. It's coming full circle. It's always One Piece. Always will be. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card. A man called Shelley the Killer. And just as his name states, he is a killer. An assassin. The best at that. An assassin? Picture card added to the court record. Assassin. So who is this Shelley the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Long-standing? The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelley is the professional name of the third heir to the Killer name. So because his professional name is Shelley, he leaves cards with a shell on them? He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. Why would he do something like that? We think it's a part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. The killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seems that this one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. I guess that even honorable assassins can exist. So you think that this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Shelley the killer, huh? Maya's situation. I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? I guess I should just tell him. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow. Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to... Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity. Mr. Nick? There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a single clue to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right, listen, you need to know something. Juan Corda was killed by Shelley the killer. And the client who ordered the job was mine. I pieced that all together. Like, I really did. But, which is why I'm really curious to see where this comes, you know, because it's so brilliant to actually, number one, we have a client that's actually guilty. Number two, it kind of puts us in a mirror of, like, Edgeworth's and everyone else's philosophy of always getting the guilty verdict and having Phoenix Wright be in a similar position where he feels like he has to be forced to do it. So there's, like, so many layers to this. I kind of am enjoying it. I know, it's mine. Say it's Mattengard, say it. Yeah. Your own client. Please stop. I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you will need this. What is it? The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we are looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelley the killer. If you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they will let you enter. Letter of introduction added to the court record. In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again if anything should happen. Now if you'll excuse me. Mr. Nick, do you think Mr. Ungard hired an assassin? No way. I mean, he doesn't have a psyche lock. Yeah, I guess not. Maya, please, all I ask is you make it home, safe and sound. Meanwhile, somewhere, sometime, something. I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up like how Nick does with everything in court. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. And so this is where we left off. Sounds like it got the door open. Okay, time to go take a look around. I thought we had already gone through, so question mark area. Teddy bear! I don't think I spy the bear. First thing I notice in the scene. Bear, bear, bear. What is this place? I've got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show them the system and maybe get out of here. Bear! Bear, 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 bear. That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. Aw, how cute. But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. There's a framed picture sitting on the coffee table. It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty, Secret Agent Maya. Hey, looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, with love, Celeste. Okay. So it's Celeste and Max, isn't it? Impacts, excuse me. I bet this could be a clue. Wow, I've never seen a TV this big before. Now, where's the power button? Phooey, it's busted. I would so die a Happy Samurai fan if I ever got to see the Nickel Samurai on a TV like this. Ah, I can't believe I just made a joke about dying, all things considered. Oh, hey, it's a computer. I've never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. Drat, there goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here. It's so dark in here that I can barely see, but these kind of feel like videotapes, all of them. Just what kind of room is this? I can't see very well in this darkness, but it doesn't seem like there's anything there. Okay, well, you're wrong. Locked, of course, and it doesn't look like I can use the card to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only it was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd be able to crawl through there. Send the bear! What is this thing, an antenna? I guess. And this is a VCR? There sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. But what is an antenna doing here? Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will. Yeah! It seems that your Mr. Wright is truly concerned about you. He is? For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Ways? You mean, dead men tell no tales is how the saying goes, correct? Dead? I'm almost certain I told you in our first meeting. I am an assassin. No way, you're lying. I mean, an assassin? People are not always who they appear to be. Nick! Back at the Hottie Clinic. Mr. Nick? Oh, yes, Pearls? I caught up on my own thoughts about my situation. Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know. I guess for now I have no choice but to believe in Mr. Ungard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going too. Okay. So, hint, hint, listen to his story. Then we have the letter of introduction. I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today. Aw? I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh yeah, there's a message here for you. A message? It's from Madengard. Ah, here you are. What did he write? Is it something really important? I don't know. Well, let's see what it has to say. To the lawyer dude, I've got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? So my nose really itches, I don't know why. Oh, Mr. Wright. So actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shu. I didn't pour out a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably pretty hungry. You think you could drop by my house and feed Shu for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright? This is terrible. Let's hurry, we have to feed his cat. Sure, poor Shu's stomach is growling by now. Yeah, I guess. Matt's note jammed into a pocket. Client's request is a request. Guess I should go check up on his cat. Shu! We got cat. Please see my cat Shu. House is a little ways down from the hotel. This is evidence? Okay, sure. So I think we have to go to hotel lobby first, and then we can go. Deepwater Hotel, hotel lobby. All right now, Mr. Nick. Let's go look for clues. We have to, for Mystic Maya's sake. You shall not pass. It's Wendy. Yep. Miss Oldback, don't devalue my name and turn it into a gasp, you spiky-headed poof. Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again. Although I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. But what I really want was something more valuable. I wanted Edgy Boy's heart. I wanted it all for me. It's all your fault. You've awakened the wild beast inside of this old bag. Ah, Miss Oldbag, keep your hands off of me. This helmet is airtight. No air gets in and no air gets out. What does your helmet have to do with anything? Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're going to have to defeat me if you want to get by. I'm not hearing this. Night of the murder. We'll quickly wrap things up with her, but then we need to go to the place and feed Shu. Then we'll come back here. You're a million light years too early to be asking me questions, River Shopper. Looks like the only way I'm going to get any investigating done is to first do something about this kooky alien. Okay, so... Hey, I know a cat that needs to be fed. Okay, so we can't get past her. Yeah, we can't get past her, so let's go to the living room. That would be different. Living room. Sure is dark. I'll go turn on the light. I feel like this is a trap. Okay, it's not. Fine. Well, so this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's find Shu, the kitty cat. Shu! So I guess this is Shu. Ah, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shu. Hee hee. The cat seems to like pearls. Pardon me. May I help you with something, Mr. Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I'm Mr. On-Guard's lawyer. The Master's? Then you must be Mr. Wright. Yes. It's a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I'm the family butler, John Doe. Nice to meet you. Cat. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. On-Guard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe a master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master or his affairs. Not typically butler-like, as it were. John Doe. Mr. Doe, how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I would have to say maybe about 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly... You know, I would have thought Mr. On-Guard the kind to have a maid over butler. Shu. Who wouldn't like playing card games on motorcycles? That's a very cute cat you've got here. It is my duty to take care of him. The master rather fancies Shu. And, anything else? No. Well, then I guess I won't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Matt's note crumpled into a ball and thrown away. Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. Oh, we should probably get going ourselves. So young and yet already so accomplished, a master of law. But there's also a lot to be proud of in being a butler in charge of the house, after all. Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. Now, if you'll excuse me. Well, we might as well examine this because there's no way we're not. A giant bicycle is flying through the air. That bicycle, Pearls, is one where you don't have to pedal. Oh, sorry. And it moves on its own. Really? Wow. Zipper human ate the zip fruit. Why didn't he feed the cat? I don't know. It's like we went there to ask some questions and we're like, mission accomplished. We did it. But sorry to disappoint you, it can't fly. Oh, that's too bad. It's a very comfortable and spacious lounge set. I wonder if famous stars drop by and sit around and have a good time. In any case, I don't really belong here, do I? What is with me and feeling inferior today? Now, Socks has actually Maya the whole time. Don't ask me how. They transformed. See, all of this was because Socks died, and so she was kidnapped in order to use the Korean channeling technique to become a cat and live in this residence. And because you can't let him go, can't let the cat go, Socks is the killer. Oh my goodness, you're right. You're right. My theory is so outlandish. That is clearly the better theory. Oh, there's a giant cooking hearth here. That's actually a fireplace. How are they different, Mr. Nick? You know, I've never actually seen a hearth before, come to think of it. You should come in and visit Fay Manor then. I'll show you one when you do. There's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick. I bet it's for Mr. Ungard's cat to use. Yeah, I mean, obviously the door is to imply that Maya's kidnapped site has been here. The butler working here implies it too. Oh, you mean Shu? The door. It's locked tight. Well, I guess that's to keep nosy people like me from entering it. Is there anything to actually do here? Masks here. Yeah, that one in the middle is the Steel Samurai. The ones next to that are the Pink Princess and the Evil Magistrate. They fought many battles against the backdrop of Neo-Old Tokyo. Wow, you really know a lot about the Steel Samurai, Mr. Nick. I don't know whether to laugh or cry that I know more about that show than a kid. Okay, right now back to the hotel lobby. Oh, that's right. Duh, I forgot about the letter of introduction. That's what she needs to see. Maybe for sure this letter I got from Edgeworth. Miss Oldbag, if you would look at... What? You want me to look at this worthless piece of... Edgy poo. Is that her perfume? Pheromone the more I smell? Ugh. Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct his investigation? Yours truly, Miles Edgeworth. Yours truly? That man's good at flattery. Fine, but only because Edgy said so, you understand? Given Miss Oldbag, I just thought of something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. You do anything bad and I will let you off the hook. It looks like she has strong feelings for Mr. Edgeworth. That may be, but you know nothing's going to come of it. That's so mean, Mr. Nick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared. Ow. Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint on my face somehow. So anyway, let's continue our investigation. Okay. Ah, what? What now? One little thing before I forget. You can't go into Ungard's room today. Why? The police's main investigation team is going to be in there all day, you hear? I wonder if they're a team in charge of investigating the killer. So don't go in there. Set one foot in there and you'll face the wrath of Wendy Oldbag. Sorry. I want to see if I can do as much as I can here. Basically, I want to be able to get as far until we get back to trial, and that's probably a good stopping point for today. Like I said, I don't want to push it too far, especially if I'm going to yawn like this. Plus, there's a watch along, so I need to comfortably get out. And getting out in the middle of like a trial question is going to be rough. So let's go to Viola Hall. Looks like we're the only ones here. And yet, the hotel seems so busy somehow. Probably because the police team is scouring for clues about the killer. Gatewater Hotel hallway. Hey, city boy! Lotta, you're still here? Wrecking course? An investigative photographer eats or starves on her ability to snap up the scoop, yeah? And this hotel just has that aura of mystery. You know, like something's always about to happen. But, do you have a camera? Wreck given. A photographer's gotta have cameras out the ear like corn, like to be a real pro, you know? So I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feet in the mouth, do you have mine, you bread thief? Why can't you drop that thief thing already? Would you please take a look at this? No? Oh, she's on her camera back? Well, fine. Night of the murder. I want to ask you about the night of the murder. What? You're really gonna shell out the bucks for the info I got? Lotta, you were loitering in this hallway the night of the murder, were you not? Well, kinda, but brace yourself, Wright. Here it comes. I didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know? Followed a few stars around. Got a few autographs, shook a few hands, had a soda pop with a few of them too. Looks like she wasn't here the entire time that night. The security lady also wasn't in this hallway the whole time either. I guess this means there's no one who can tell us who came and went that night. Scandal. So about this note that was inside your camera case. Oh, that dirty I wrote? Yeah. Can I believe what you've written? You mean the stuff about Edgard shoving his manager lady onto Corda? Yeah. Well, I reckon you best not be believing that. What? Look, I sort of wrote that on a whim, you know? Writing whatever came to mind. Whatever came to mind? Yeah, when you get down to it, it's just a lot of random bulldooders. Hey, what's with ya? Why are you staring at me like my grandpa used to? Hey, and why do you look like you suddenly got older, too? Or am I just shrinking here? Camera. Ah, my baby! My $1,600 baby! What's with that red-coated prosecutor anyway? The guy told me it was evidence and refused to give it back to me. Well, that's kind of how it is. Hey, you're that redcoat's friend, ain't ya? So put in a few good words for me and get back my camera. You want me to do what? Listen, nag the guy real good for about 5 hours and I guarantee he'll give it back. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do your own dirty work? Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. Tabloid photographers without a camera is just a tabloid, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Keep yourself together out there, you hear? I'm coming to see you in court tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you then. And you too there, little one. Keep up the good work, okay? Okay, don't be picky about your food now. Okay, and make sure you do all your homework, you hear? Okay, and if you happen to find yourself a camera, make sure you bring it right to me. Would you please just leave already? Corda's hotel room. Mr. Nick? What is that otherworldly, ghastly moaning? Hey, I hate evil ghosts. Wow. I don't think it's a ghost. Maybe it's a demon. Excuse me, who are you calling a demon, brat? Ah, Zoinks, it's the alien. Who are you calling an alien? Oh, it's just you, Miss Oldbag. What are you doing here? What is wrong with youngins today? I came down here to pay my respects to my poor Juan, and you're disturbing me. Night of the murder. Oh, definitely need some good sleep tonight. Please talk to me about the night of the murder just one more time. I talked about it plenty at the trial. I was fooled, tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer in her note. She was loitering around here with that imbecilic look on her face. Okay, got it. Now hold on a sec there, you little pipsqueak. If you're going to take notes, at least make me sound better than that. Oh, all right. Now I've seen everything. But you know, I was working that night too, doing my job, minding my own business, so it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night. The tormented. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more about Mr. Corda. He was the most popular star, you know, especially where it counts in my book. I think part of the problem is I'm sitting in a more comfortable type of a chair, which is more conducive to resting, and that is affecting my overall constitution. But I heard that he was lagging behind the polls against Mr. Unguard. Well, that's just a recent thing, bad luck and all that, you know? But he was going to become an even bigger star than he used to be. Look, just look at that mountain of presents. It's a show of the mountain of feelings all his fans had for him. Yeah, the mountain is pretty big and certainly nothing to shake a stick at. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? Presents. They're all bears, right? Thank you for the getting my tail up in hydration. She's got a point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. So the killer was more like the bear, because they impersonated a bear. Thing that they were gifted, probably. Presents. All of Mr. Corda's presents from his fans seem to be bears. Well, that's because you can't think of one without thinking about bears. Bears? Why bears? You don't know. When my dear Juan was training, he fought bare-handed with the bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win, but after the fight, they became friends. Wow, what a heartwarming story. Look, it's just like in those young people's dramas. I can see those two tuckered out, down by a river going, hey, you sure can fight. You too, bub. You too. Did all that really happen? It's in his biography. What a load of crock. So ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents. Kumashak. Shabadoo. Nice bears. I'm Uncle Bear, and it's barely 8 o'clock. What is that infernal racket? It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m., way past your bedtime. That startled me. I thought I was going to die for a second. 8 p.m. That's the time when the award ceremony ended that night, remember? Time sure flies. Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. Yeah, move over the thinker. I know. Who would actually ever believe that that is really a clock? The transceiver. Hello? Hello? This is not a phone. Maya, how is Maya? You haven't heard her, have you? It seems you were not able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Wright. I have heard the news. So it would seem my present did you no good. No! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! One more day. Please, all I ask is for one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time. Please. I suppose if I must. I need that acquittal more than anything else after all. Please let Maya say something. I want to hear she's all right. All right. Then... a little... What is with the static all of a sudden? Hello? Hello? It seems... bad. Connect. Damn it! Did the transceiver just suddenly break? Excuse me. What happened? I don't know. All of a sudden it became nothing but static. Ah, Mystic Maya, Mystic Maya. Why did the transceiver suddenly break like that? It was barricaded by all the bears. I should probably have an electronics expert look at it. The sooner the better. Why would there be a signal jammer in a bear? ceiling to delinquents like me. There's gotta be something else I can do here. So let me take a look around the room. Wow, there are a lot of... Okay, so it's that one's not singled out. Yeah, okay, so it's the same joke as last time. That was a long aside. Anyway, move back to the hallway. March 22nd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Wow, everybody looks really busy with something or another. They're probably strengthening the evidence for tomorrow's trial. Hey, hurry up with that, will ya? Pass the victims list around. Now you're speaking nonsense. There's more than 100 people on there. Mr. Nick, is Mr. On Guard really a bad, terrible criminal? Actually, Pearls, never mind. It sounds like they're working on a different case. These are the detectives' desks. Their computers and files in each one. Funnily, they're a lot tighter than I expected. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desk. This must be the chief of the detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Prosecutor Von Karma was shot in front of the courthouse? Who did it? Who shot her? I have a sneaking suspicion that even Gumshoe could do this guy's job. Okay, we have missed something. Okay, I went back to the Wright & Co. law offices. Hey, welcome back, pal. I thought I'd make you a little something for dinner. That's nice, thanks. It's a rich man's luxurious full-course meal. Out of a can, that is. I'm sure you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have time to eat. Oh, hey, you don't have a can opener here, pal. You gotta be kidding. And here I thought he had already whipped something up. Oh, I know. This is one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead. Well, since he's here in the offering, I wonder what I should try asking him about. Well, not that. Oh yeah, do you know about this card? Card? Edgeworth, for some reason, went pale the instant he saw this card. Hey, I know what this is, pal. You do? No matter which way you look at it, I'd say it's a picture of a shell. That's it? Oh yeah, that's right. Mr. Edgeworth really likes those cooked snail things. What are they called again? Escargot or something like that? Mr. Nick, I think we just solved the mystery of why Mr. Edgeworth's face turned pale, right? As I suspected, Gumshoe has no clue. Okay, so this isn't it either. What does the game want me to do? I know he explained, but was Gumshoe there? Nuh-uh. He wasn't. Too busy trying to open a can without a can opener. Oh, the Hottie Clinic. We never went back to the Hottie Clinic. Oh. Well, didn't matter. Something else we can do at the hotel? Back to the living room? I want to eat a meal with Mystic Maya again. Yeah, me too. Whenever I watch Mystic Maya eat like she does, it makes me happy about eating, and then I can eat a lot. Well then, how about after we wrap up this case, we all go out for a huge 20-course feast? Okay, let's work really hard then. Yeah, this is probably the most stumped I've been in terms of where to go. Oh. This transceiver. Whenever we're in this room, it starts acting up and is ecstatic at us. I wonder if there's someone we can talk to about this. A gumshoe? Oh, based gumshoe. Okay, so we're gonna leave and we're gonna present the receiver to Gumshoe. Or transceiver. I can't even remember the last time I've had a... No, I can remember the last time I had a burger. It's been a month and a half. Not like a fast food one, but one my sister made. It was the Kirkland grass-fed beef. Which is good, it's just like I can't justify ever buying that much beef for myself. So present transceiver. Transceiver? Oh, Mr. Nick, you should ask Mr. Scruffy Detective about that thing. What thing? Oh yeah, this thing just up and broke all of a sudden. It broke, pal? When I was talking to the kidnapper, it just suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this. I don't hear any static, pal. Huh? Maybe it fixed itself? That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise. Maybe. Maybe what? Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal. Electromagnetic interference? That's gonna be a new talk term, isn't it? Yeah. Barely fits. So what is electromagnetic interference? It's something that happens when a radio wave gets mixed up with another signal. Oh, when you put it that way, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen, stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, right? Huh? Computer? It's like when you use the dryer next to the TV and the screen starts looking weird. Oh, yes, the TV does do that. Oh, so that's what you're talking about. She seems amazingly happy at being able to understand this. So the room you were in when that interference with the transceiver happened, there's gotta be something that's sending out very strong radio waves, pal. Something like a listening device or something. Ah, hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened? We were in Mr. Corda's room, the scene of the murder. What? That's it, I'm going to sneak into the precinct to get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later, alright, pal? Oh, wait, Gumshoe? Oh, yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itchy to go. Yeah, you can't cut my salary, I don't have one. I like his spirit. We should be going too, Mr. Nick. Alright, let's go. I'm so excited. So I just have to go in and out of that room to basically re-trigger the static. Corda's hotel room. Hey, you're finally here, pal. Sorry to keep you waiting. Do you have the, bug sweeper? Well, you see, I got busted for trying to sneak in, pal, and suddenly I'm staring at the precinct doors. From the outside, I mean. So yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. What do you mean you couldn't get it? We need that item. We could just hover the thing over the bears. Hey, calm down, pal. Didn't I just say I didn't get one, just not the police's? Wow, so this is a bug sweeper? It looks like a little broken. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh, by who? Me, of course. Seeing this sure brings back memories. Hey, don't look so down on it, pal. Sure looks a little run down. But I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here. Your heart and soul? It'll work. Trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But you can't set the sensitivity. So it's going to beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves. Magnetic waves. But isn't it better that way? Oh. Well, anyway, since I brought it all the way, might as well give it a whirl, right, pal? I'm getting that sinking feeling again. Okay, now, I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or some other sort of bug hidden in this room, pal. So we're going to find it, right? Right. Now first, let's turn the sweeper on. Next, touch the sweeper and take a real good look around the room with it. Oh, as we move the cursor, it's gonna ding. You can see how strong the wave waves are in an area by looking at the check gauge. Once you find something that's giving off strong waves, the gauge will change. And then that happens, touch the gauge to really give the thing a long, hard stare. There's a lot of things here that's going to give off radio waves, so let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious. Alright, I'm going to go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Got it, pal? Bear. Ah, what a lovely bear. This must be one of those fancy bear-shaped toy robots. It's a robot? It's a real robot? Yeah, it's a real one. Mr. Nick? Yes? How many horsepower is it? How many horsies? Horsies? Well, look, it's a bear, so, there doesn't seem to be anything giving off radio waves there, Mr. Nick. Well, kind of was. Lamp check, listening device, nope. There are a lot of lamps in this room, aren't there, Mr. Nick? Yeah, and they're all on. You shouldn't do that, Mr. Nick. Don't you know that's wasteful? Yeah, I'll be more conscientious from now on, sorry. The radio is on and playing something. Oh, it's Kid's Question Corner. Professor, why is the Earth round? Yes, why is it, Mr. Nick? Why don't you listen to the radio program a little more, Pearls? This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I have ever seen. Hey, so did you guys find it yet? The listening device? I mean... No, not yet, but this bear's eye is... Let's see. A perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we got. No, you can't. Such a violent act. Oomph. Rip. No! It's a miniature camera, and it looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer? A what emitter? A transmitter, pal. Oh, is this more of that high-tech stuff? Bear kidney. I'm sorry. Camera? So this tiny thing is a camera? Yep, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small, high-grade video camera mostly used in security systems. So it's a video camera. It runs on a battery, pal, which comes with it in a set. But there's no videotape in this camera. This is only the camera part here, pal. The tape recorder with the tape inside is somewhere else. Somewhere else, the footage is changed into radio waves and then it's sent to that recorder. So it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it? Hey, you know, you're right. Spy camera added. I know, I didn't mean to take your vision. So what is a transmitter? It's a device that sends footage to the camera, the footage the camera took to a specific destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal. It looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing. Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record at a certain time with it. You can set it for a certain time? Yep, let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go for 1 hour. 8 p.m., that was the time the award ceremony ended. There's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess. Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here? I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder. Then maybe... that's kind of what I was thinking this entire time, is what she's alluding to. Maybe this camera caught the murder on tape. What? And if you think about the angle the bear is at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime, pal. So... what if the person is disguised as Matt Guard? I don't know why, considering they want the acquittal, but the Blue Badger, if they bring the Blue Badger back, that'd be funny. So there was a camera in this bear's eye, and it was disguised as a present. And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind. But who gave us the record of this present? I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there has got a video of what happened here on that night. Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is? It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out. Oh. Is there really no way to find out? Stuffed bear added to court record. I got it! What? Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit. What are you going to do? I'm going to go around to the electronic shops and see if I can find out who bought this. But that's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 p.m. Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Spy camera and transmitter given to Detective Gunshoe, but I want him. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah. He's gone. Yeah. Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's pushing himself so hard, all for Mystic Maya's sake. You always manage to do things in the most ineffective ways. You'll have to excuse me, I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? A rescue team has been created and deployed. Can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward one step at a time. I see. Thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. There was a spy camera hidden inside the stuffed animal, huh? You are one lucky man, Wright. Do you know the stuffed bear, little girl? I have no idea. Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade, and there are very few that are exported here. What? The camera and transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere, however, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, the bear can tell us who the buyer is. Can you really do that, Mr. Nick? Can he really? Well, I guess so. It's 9 p.m. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. He just takes the entire bear? How? See you soon, Wright. Wait! What? Why are you doing this? I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. Besides that, Wright, until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Corrida? The real killer. Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, Wright. Everything begins with the truth. Juan Corrida's real killer. Miss Andrews passed. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal for Mr. Ungard. To be continued soon. And this card, Shelley the killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But as you said, it's all I can do now is find the truth. It is a to be continued. Is it court? What happens? We'll see for sure. I am getting basically at the wrap-up spot pretty soon. Oh, we're still here. It's not court at all. Well, shoot. It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya. These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. If we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. You're right. The real killer. So the real person who killed Mr. Corrida was that assassin, Mr. Shelley the Killer, right? And the card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired the killer to begin with? Who was his client? You mean, who asked for the murder? That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. But whoever this client is, they're still a killer. Assassin's client? Who could have hired this assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews? I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself? Then no, it can't be. Matt Ungard himself? Was it Matt? If Mr. Ungard really did hire the assassin, then he is not innocent at all. Far from it. He'd be guilty of the crime. But it can't be Mr. Ungard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him. Mr. Ungard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Corrida? Well, he answered no, because he didn't. No, I mean, we're able to make the distinction between the fact that he is guilty in a roundabout way, but he may not have taken the question that deep. Alright, just so we're clear, dude, I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Corrida, okay? I didn't see any psyche locks at that time. Actually, that reminds me. Did you remember something, Mr. Nick? Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting. So what is this interesting thing? Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, Pearls? Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Mr. Ungard's secret? What is the secret? I don't know yet. But for now, let's think about it in this way, Miss Corrida. This way, Mr. Corrida was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. Ungard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Corrida silenced. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Ungard. There's no way around it now. I'm afraid there is a way around it, because I am I am getting a little too sleepy for my own good. Technically, I could push this further. I just can't tonight. I'm literally starting to nod off while sitting. So that'll do it for now. Our next stream is going to be on Monday, and it may be our last. I don't know how much is left. It's possible it may be a four-parter stream. Yeah, I don't want to nod off to Gerda. I know so much is going to happen. She's definitely going to go get pointed in the right direction, probably, certainly. Maya is finished. You don't think it'll be the last? Okay. Yeah. Well, either way, I can't do it. Maya's finished again. All I need, we'll just beg the killer one more day, just one more day, one more thing, and he will acquiesce. I'm sure it'll work out perfectly. In any event, that's all right. I don't. I mean, it might be. I mean, it depends on what my Monday is like. I don't have my phone here with me. Why don't I have my phone here with me? It must be upstairs. Anyway, I will see several of you in about an hour for Gerda, and I will see some of you tomorrow because I am gonna do probably a short Ring Fit adventure before my big Saturday one. If I do too big on Friday, I'll be wiped out on Saturday. So, take care, everybody. Bye.